Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. A few people have asked if I could go round the garden at this time of year and do some close-ups of everything in bloom. It's not as easy as it sounds, but we'll give it a go. The problem is most of the stuff that's in bloom is at ground level, which means bending down, and my back doesn't like doing that very much. But we can start in this corner, and out of all the hellebores that were planted, only one has come back at flowering size. But there are some seedlings. These are seedlings here. So there's a group of seedlings here. There's a couple up in there. And this is the only one that came back flowering size. And it's a gorgeous greeny colour. So that's that one. They're very attractive. Unfortunately, they are pendulous, so unless you grow them up in a tree, you never really see them properly. And then we have the elephant's ears has got flowers on it. That's the first time it's bloomed. It's a relatively new plant. It's becoming established. The clump will get bigger and bigger as time goes on. The little cyclamen down here, there's two little groups of three. There's one group here, and there's another group over here. They're a corm, basically, that gets bigger and bigger. And this is, again, flowering for the first time. Or this one is, the other group aren't. But the other group were buried under leaves for some time. So, right, where are we now? We have some daffodils. We've got this one, and this is a nice double, very attractive double one, nice deep yellow. There's a nice clump of those. That's just the first one to come out. Then this is a primula, hybrid primrose, and this is a delicate, I don't know what colour you'd call that, dusky purple. It's difficult to say what the colour is. And then the bird bath's in the way of the next bit. But then we have another primula here, another hybrid, and it is a different colour. And this is more of a proper purple, pale purple. So that's that one. And then while we're at it, we'll use this clump of actual primroses because they're at the front of the border and easily accessible. And lovely groups of snowdrops. This first group of snowdrops here is going over now. They've been out so long. And this one's not far behind it. But these are not our native snowdrops. These are actually hybrids of some sort because they're very large. Tall and large. So that's those. There are other types of snowdrops around, which we'll come to. And I think I'll go back on this. The last video I did out in the garden, I asked what that was. That's a fritillaria. And definitely. So some have come back, which probably means that's what those are. Looking at the colour of the stems. So that's good. I wasn't sure I was going to get any of those. There's nothing else in... Oh, there's some daffs. Can I get in there? Oh, those are the same as others. I'll film some others. We've got a yellow crocus that's come up here. I didn't plant that. That's just come up in the middle of the ivy. There are other plants here, but I don't see any blooms, just that one at the moment. More snowdrops. More snowdrops here. And then a lovely clump of snowdrops here. Let me get the camera back on my hand. Yeah, this is a nice clump. It just comes up, they just come up through the ivy each year. Gorgeous colour. And then over here, we've got budburst on my maple tree. You can see the buds are just starting to colour up. So we'll have some lovely pale green yellow colour the leaves are on this one when it comes out. Then we've got some more giant snowdrops here. These are really tall. I mean, these are over a foot tall. Again, some form of hybrid. And then coming round here, we've got some nice daffs that I didn't plant. And there's a good group of these. Good group. I still think daffs are one of the harbingers of spring. It's the colour, it's the yellow. What is it? Spring's gold, the hardest to hold. Because these bright yellows that you get in spring, like the, what are they called? Begins with A. Forgotten. They come out a lovely yellow as well. And then I think I might be able to just about get in there without treading on too many seedlings. This camellia, we've had a frost every morning, and that is the trouble with camellias in this country. They come out and then the frost hits them and they get these brown tinges. And we've probably got a frost for the next couple of days in the morning, so I'm hoping that the majority of the blooms, and there's going to be a lot of them, hold off for a bit. I don't know what to do about this next year, because when you get a clump of buds like that, if they all open, you won't be able to see them. It'll just be a mass of white. You won't be able to see the individual blooms like you would with these, for instance. So and these, I don't know whether it would be worth going round taking some off when there's a big clump like that. I might have to do some reading on that and see what happens. So I'm desperately trying not to tread on the forget-me-not seedlings. And over here we've got the other camellia. Now this is the red one. This had 2 blooms last year, not both out at the same time. I think we're going to do a bit better this year. There's none open yet. This is a later bloomer, which means it doesn't get affected by the frost. You can just see some colour coming here. That's that. And there's some crocuses here that have come up in this tub. Again, they came in amongst another plant, so I didn't plant those. And then there's a few bonsai that catch the sun, and as a consequence of catching the sun, my little larch is going to open soon. Now that's not affected by the frost. So this is an untrained bonsai at the moment. It'll get some trimming and possibly some wiring, some lowering of some of the branches. As I said, it's untrained. It's just planted up and waiting some attention, I suppose you could say. And then over here we've got more primroses. It's a huge, see now that, yeah, it is a primrose. I was going to say I'm not sure whether that's a primula, and it is actually a hybrid, but I think it is a primrose. It doesn't matter, it's in bloom, looks good. And then coming over here, the rosemary is in bloom. Now these are too tiny to see as individual blooms. They tend to come out in clusters. You can see the buds, little clusters like that. But they're a nice purple colour, and if there were any bees around they would soon find this. And then nearly last but not least, the perpetual wallflower. It's got lots of new stems to grow, so there'll be plenty more, and they just keep going. This will be in flower for most of the summer in some shape or form, and there's plenty more to come, including new growths that haven't even started their buds yet, but they will. They will eventually look like this, and then they gradually push up, and then like this, and then they open along there like that. I'm very pleased that I got that. And then up here, nearly there but not quite, is my miniature flowering cherry. And this is a bonsai in effect by its own design. It naturally bends and twists and has gnarly bark and everything. This tree did this shape all on its own. I didn't help it. It was going to be a garden tree once, and I decided to bring it back in line as a bonsai because of its interesting shape. But it's about to come into flower, and there are going to be a lot this year. I think I had about 5 flowers last year. But everywhere where the buds are swelling is going to be blooms. It's going to be a mass this year. Well pleased with that, but there isn't one actually open yet. Not yet. There must be some getting very close now. Yeah, if you look here, they're nearly there. Now they're tiny little blooms as cherry blossoms go, and they're pendulous, but they are an incredibly delicate colour. It looks quite stunning if we get a mass blooming, which it looks like we're going to get. And that is Kojo no Mei, Fuji cherry, Japanese cherry. Yeah, I think it's nicknamed the Fuji cherry because I think that may have been where it was actually discovered as a wild cherry tree on Mount Fuji in Japan. Possibly. Might be an old wives' tale, I don't know. Right, so that's a look round at everything that's actually in bloom so far. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but yeah. What do you want to go in for? It's nice and sunny out here. He's probably hungry. The food's inside, the sunshine's outside at the moment. So yes, so we've still got some things to come. And yeah, just a quick look round, and to say we can, we'll end on some daffs. The colours of spring. See you next time.